How's it going, guys? D Black Tay here, bringing you guys another Samurai 8 review. And today we're going to be talking about chapter 35. And I just want to say, hands down, before we even get started with the review, this is probably one of the best chapters of Samurai 8, purely off the lore alone. But before we get into the review, I just want to do, statutory things what we do around here. If this is your first time coming through, make sure you guys subscribe, for more content. Let me know what you guys think about Samurai 8 and whatnot about that. Comment down below, even before you watch this review. Just let me know your initial thoughts on the chapter and whatnot. And if you like the video, like the video, make sure you like the video. Let's get some good vibes going this morning. It's gonna be a good day. So let's get into this chapter. And I didn't even think that we were gonna get, I thought we were gonna get something like this last week when Fudo Myo just dropped out of nowhere, but the amount of lore and explanation and world building that we just got from this one chapter, I've always said that Samurai 8 reminds me of early One Piece, when we were starting to gather the crewmates and we headed out to the Grand Line and whatnot. And this is giving me those vibes. So let's just get into this review, right? So the chapter just starts off with Fudo Myo, Daruma, Hachimaru. They're standing in front of him, and they're talking about, and the title of the chapter is called Wabi Sabi. And Daruma explains this later on as something about imperfection. So we'll just get into that later. But I just want to talk about how badass Fudo Myo is, just off rip. This dude, and the paneling is just amazing. All right, but let's get into this chapter. It's been 2 minutes. So Fudo Myo, he comes out, he says that I'm not a bug or anything, because Daruma thought he was like, yo, what is going on? Why is Fudo Myo here? This hasn't happened to anyone else, right? And so Fudo Myo basically says that you're not the only one that can make a program, Daruma, because Daruma made the samurai fighting game out there. So Fudo Myo is aware of everything going on in the world, which is insane. So we're getting stuff on Fudo Myo, and he basically said that I arranged a program to activate when this license is downloaded by one who is suited to have the key. So he's talking about the samurai schools he left behind. Remember, there are 4 traditional ones: the Gozanze, Kongoyasha, Gundari, and I'm forgetting one. The Gundari and the Daitoku style, right? So those are the 4 schools. So when a samurai that is a key downloads one of those 4 licenses, Fudo Myo, he awakens, and he explains to them about the keys, about being keys to the box, right? So that's just interesting, those little tidbits there at the start of the chapter, just for Fudo Myo, and getting a little bit of explanation of why he's here and why he awakened at this point in time. Because the room is shitting bricks. He's like, yo, why are you here, bro? The GOAT? Nah, the GOAT ain't here. So, because Daruma's like, man, I downloaded the official Kongoyasha license from my master, and this didn't happen to me, so this is insane, right? So Daruma's freaking out. And so that Fudo Myo says that Hachimaru might be a key to the box, or he might not be. Right, so that's interesting. Fudo Myo has just a lot of interesting dialogue in this chapter, and Kishimoto did a great job of revealing stuff, but not revealing anything at all. And that's a great Oda strategy. He gives us little bits of crumbs here and there, but doesn't show us the whole picture. And so that's basically what we're getting right now with Fudo Myo. And so, Daruma's talking to him. He's like, yo, what are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about, Fudo Myo? How is Hachimaru can possibly be a key, or how could he not be a key? Fudo Myo was out here just talking, right? So Fudo Myo says there are no absolutes in life. And Daruma mentioned, he looks back at what his master has told him, that, perfection doesn't exist anywhere in this vast universe. So Fudomiyo, I think he's speaking more from a stance of where it's like nothing is perfect in this world. Nothing has to follow a singularity path. There is nothing that is like 100% certain in this world. So I'm really fucking with Fudomiyo and just his dialogue off rip. Like Fudomiyo is so interesting, right? And so we got to the part of the chapter, after Fudomiyo and Daruma have their little conversation, and Hachimaru comes in. He's like, yo, who is this dude Kala? Who is this? Why he out here trying to destroy the world? Who is this dude? So Fudomiyo's like, yeah, this dude Kala, he was one of my students. And so Hachimaru's like, yo, he's one of your people. Why is he trying to destroy the world? It's kind of like what Hachimaru did with Daruma and Ata, where he was, Ata pulled up. And then, Hachimaru was like, yo, alright, he's Daruma's student, so he must be good. And that didn't turn out to be the case, right? So we find out that Kala used to be a student of Fudomiyo, like, Fudomiyo created him and all that good stuff, right? Like that. And Kala looks badass. I don't know what species or race or whatever the hell Kala is, but Kala is ridiculous. He looks like he's one of the very first species or races that were created, in the galaxies, right? That's my headcanon, anyways. So Fudomiyo says this is Kala. His aim is to reduce this galaxy that I created to nothing and rebuild it into his own ideal form, right? And he says that Kala wants to do this so that he can decide exactly what the galaxy's rules should be. And that makes a little bit of sense, because remember, Ata has a grudge and he kind of has this pessimistic attitude towards Samurai, because he believes like, yo, this is stupid. There's nothing certain here. He's like, Fudomiyo betrayed us first. So maybe this is like a little bit of inkling and maybe a little bit of teaching of Kala, where it's coming to say that the galaxies, they have no structure, basically. Like, Fudomiyo left the galaxies with no structure, no governance, essentially. He just kind of like left things behind. That's what I'm thinking from my headcanon, right? But let's keep going with this amazing chapter. Oh, by the way, I just want to say this chapter was a 10 out of 10. Don't even ask me, bro. Like, I love lore and storytelling and world building. This is like the perfect thing for me. I'm like a kid in a candy store right now. But let's keep going with this chapter. So he wants to erase all the matters in life and stars that I, his master, created, and return them all to their original form. That is the beauty they are meant to have, he claims. So what Fudomiyo says beauty a lot, and it's really emphasized in this chapter, right? Beauty, what is beauty, right? And I'm probably gonna have to do a separate video on this, but I just want to put the thought out there, put the thought out there, gets the wheels turning in y'all's head, and let me know what you guys think again in the comment section on what this might be. So we know that the samurai souls, right? And this is just my little explanation right here. We know the samurai souls, they can be either pure or they can be corrupted. And I feel like that's a little bit about beauty in there. And remember that princesses serve the responsibility of purification. They purify the samurai soul, making it stronger. So does that have to do a little bit with beauty, or does this have to do with beauty that Fudomiyo is talking about in the world? That's just something I want to put out there. Let me know what you guys think, but let's keep going. So Hachimaru's like, yo, what? You created everything in the galaxy, even me? And Fudomiyo's like, nah, not directly. I didn't do anything. I didn't do it per se, but I did do it. And we're going to get into that explanation in a little bit, because that just blew my mind, right? And so Fudomiyo, he said that I created Kala as well. And then Hachimaru's like, yo, then what are you, bro? Because Kala out here destroying planets, destroying warheads. Like, Kala looks like a sentient being out here. Like, just off rip. Like, it's crazy. And so Daruma's like the creator, the power of God, you know, because Hachimaru calls Fudomiyo God. And Fudomiyo's like, I am not God. I came from another universe. Like, what are you talking about, Fudo? There's another universe out here? So this is my speculation now, right? Because if there are 4 galaxies run by each of the schools left behind by Fudomiyo, does that mean that they are one universe? All 4 galaxies into one are one universe? And I think we get that explanation a little bit later. But that's just something we got to think about. Because if Fudomiyo isn't originally from here, where the fuck did he come from? Let's keep going. So Fudomiyo says, I'm an information aggregation. What the fuck does that mean? So an information aggregation, from what I did a little bit of Google researching, is that information aggregation is just a gathering of all information and all using it to do something with it. So it's just you're a gathering of information. So is Fudomiyo basically saying that, like, I was created or whatever, like, from knowledge or something? Because we get some interesting dialogue from him later. Like, was he created simply from a culmination of the galaxy's information, or was he created somewhere else? Like, this whew, I still haven't wrapped my mind around this chapter, because it's just, there's so much. So let's talk about what Fudomiyo, we get some backstory on the creation of the galaxy. Let's get into that, because that shit is hype. So Fudomiyo says, when I came to this universe, it was a world that maintained a perfect balance. There was nothing, just a vast number of particles with no weight of their own. Go check out my video on samurai abilities. I created it very, 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 early on into my YouTube making new videos. And I talk about how H particles, they give gravity or weight to to matter, right? To atoms, right? And so just go watch that video. I don't really want to explain that here. Link will be in the description. Go check out that video, because a lot of that really touches on what Fudomiyo is talking about here, right? So let's talk about these dimensions. So he's talking about this space, right? He's saying that there was nothing here when I got here. It was barren, essentially. And so Hachimaru asks a very interesting question. Another universe? And then Fudomiyo answers. He says, dimensions. Yes, space contains multiple dimensions and infinities, but one cannot be aware of them without the ability to see them. Interesting. What does that mean? Is that the mind's eye? What does that mean? Let's keep going. So now we're getting what Fudomiyo did when he got here. He says, yes, the first thing I did when I came here was break things down. This space maintained a perfect balance. So I emitted H particles. These particles, H particles, remember, these are the particles that samurai are gifted when they become samurai. They're able to split and connect H particles. So Fudomyo has these particles in his body. What the hell is Fudomyo? And he says he unleashed powerful energy from them. So he says that it interrupted the movement of those weightless particles, breaking down their balance and giving those particles weight. With their newfound weight, the particles accumulated, giving matter. So basically what he's saying he did was he sent out these particles, these H particles out. They connected with regular particles, and basically, you know how humans and everything is a culmination of atoms? Essentially, this is what he said he did. He gave them the ability to have gravity and to culminate, to smash into each other, essentially, to create new things. So after the particles accumulated, giving birth to matter, matter gave birth to planets and stars gave birth to galaxies, along with life, consciousness, and information. So the galaxies are smaller than universes, right? That's what I think that's right. I'm not a science major. Y'all let me know if y'all sciencey out there. But essentially, Fudomyo gave everything life from a simple gesture. Godlike. Let's keep going. So, is the power, Daruma says, that attracts H particles your true nature, Fudomyo? And Fudomyo says that H particles are everywhere in this part of the universe. They are one of the states of my threefold body. So Fudomyo has three different things going on with his body, apparently. And one of them is the ability to control H particles, right? And he says that they're everywhere, they're around everyone in the galaxy. And he says that it is similar to the way that a fish does not recognize it is within water. Oh my god, bro, I love this explanation. Only an inexperienced samurai can tell. So he's basically saying that a regular person isn't going to be able to tell that all these atoms and gravity and everything is around them. You have to grow and become knowledgeable and study and gather information to know about these things. And so Daruma says the way that a samurai can adjust the density of H particles, connecting and breaking them apart in order to achieve metamorphosis, and is rooted in his power. So in order for samurai to achieve their samurai body, this comes from just one of Fudomyo's capabilities, right? Which is, oh my god, Fudomyo is gonna be fucking broken, bro. Fudomyo is gonna be fucking broken. Like, this is insane, bro. Samurai are already broken, and this is only one of his threefold abilities. That's insane. Let's keep going, bro. So Fudomyo says that, he's not a god or anything. He says that nothing in this world is perfect. Nothing. Everything breaks down. Everything is warped. I have no idea what the fuck that means. But he's basically saying that even I am not perfect. And so I'm just going to now speed through a little bit, start to speed up a little bit, because we're starting to get more and more out of the information and more into the storytelling, right? So Fudomyo basically tells Hachimaru that the two boxes I left behind are the keys to stop Kala. And he says that he can't stop Kala, or he couldn't stop Kala, because he's not even alive right now. Or it's up to your perspective. It's up to you. Because basically for him, he is both in a state of life and death. So essentially it's like, it's up to the viewer to, decide how they want to view him. Oh my god. And this goes to the boxes. And he says that in order to find the boxes, really, you don't even need the keys. You don't even need the keys to find the boxes. That's crazy. He says that you want to find the box, but you don't truly see the box. What the hell does that mean? I don't know. Someone tell me. And another thing, he says that when you truly seek out the box and you desire to find it, it will appear itself. And he said that the two boxes left behind are able to create and destroy the world, essentially. So did he leave behind the capabilities, like, if you want to be, if you're a key to a box and you're a samurai and you wanted to dismantle the world, could you then just go find that box, or not even find it, but through your own mental training and growing and finding information, could you just gain the ability to destroy the world? Because that's what it seems like Fudomyo is saying, right? And he says that he tells Hachimaru that there is no limit to him. There's no limit to his potential. His potential is as infinite as the universe, right? And then we get the end of the chapter. So much stuff here, man. Just so much stuff here. Like, it's insane, man. Just from a start to finish, everything we got from this chapter is just amazing. And so I want to talk about now Wabi Sabi. And he says, and Daruma says that it was originally an ancient law from the laws of military houses, and it's basically accepting the one's own imperfections. So it's like, I feel like that's what the Kongo Yasha style might practice, or maybe that's what all four schools practice, since they were left behind by Fudomyo. Maybe they all practice, it's okay to be imperfect. And he says that, and Fudomyo says that this is his concept of beauty, right? So that begs to question, is Hachimaru, because I did a video on Destiny and Luck, is Hachimaru a prime example of this, where you can't just look at him and assume that he's not a key to the box because of everything he's been through, everything he went through and whatnot in his life story up to this point? And that essentially that Hachimaru, through his own ability, did he become a key to the box? Did his imperfection make him a key to the box, and accepting his imperfection? And is that also now how samurai from locker balls are able to become samurai? Do you have to accept that you're imperfect and sacrifice yourself because of your not to achieve a perfect state or anything like we originally thought, but to care about someone, to save something? Because Fudomyo says that this is the beauty in the world. That's just something to note. But we get some information about Kala. And Kala, to him, everything must be perfect. If it's not perfect, it's not beauty. And so for him, there could be no collapse. There can be no flaw for things to be beautiful, right? And so I feel like this is a little bit of what Ata might be feeling, or I don't even know, man. This chapter just has my brain just going in 100 different directions because it has so many implications. And then I just want to mention an honorable note. Fudomyo says that I am H particles, I am space itself. I cannot undo this state of my threefold body. So maybe it's like Fudomyo, like, holding the universe together or something. Like this specific universe that he created. And is he a sentient being? Because he came from another universal. And is Kala one of the first races that were created when Fudomyo created this world? It seems like it. Like, this was one of his students, I I need a mental break right now because this chapter just been fucking me, my guy. So let me know what you guys think about this great, fantastic chapter. I mean, I'm still mind blown over everything we've got in this chapter. Again, it was a 10 out of 10. I don't understand how you can say it was anything less than that, honestly. It was absolutely perfect from start to finish. Art was great. The world building, the story, the implications of where things can go from here. It's crazy to me, right? And so another thing is we're now done with the Kongo-Yasha style license download. We're done with that, so maybe we'll see some training or something going on next with Hachimaru and Daruma and whatnot. But again, let me know what you guys think down below. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be seeing you guys in the comment section. So I'll be seeing you guys. I might drop another video later today or later tomorrow or something, because this chapter just had so much stuff. But let me know what you guys think, and I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Peace.